Never
you are
change.
a brick shit house.
Yeah, exactly.
You can kill anybody in this room with your bare hands.
Yes, that's what the evil part of me is like. The Olympics need you.
Alrighty, I think we're good to start. Hey boy, hey girl, and boy, hey, it's Axe Dave.
Oh.
Yeah.
Let's try that again.
Okay. Hey, it's me, Axe. What the fuck? David Ayala, and you're listening to Axe Dave with your host David Ayala. And
We're gonna try it again.
no, we're gonna keep going. And my co-host Travis Harrington.
Also, Travis Harrington.
We have a very fantastic guest with us today. Comedian, artist, musician. What's your last name?
Uhuru.
Kiva Uhuru.
Kiva Uhuru.
Nice.
Yeah, like did I say that right?
Oh yeah, that was perfect.
Is that Nichelle Nichols' name on Star Trek? No, it's Uhura.
So there's a funny story about that.
Very close.
That show is the reason that Uhuru is my last name, because it was my dad's middle name, and her name was going to be Lieutenant Uhuru, but because that's what she gets called all the time, they were like, give it a feminine sound at the end.
Uhura.
So they changed it to Uhura, but it's Swahili for freedom, and so that's why they chose it, because her first name I think is also Swahili, or at least trying to be. In the show, Nyota, I think.
Oh, okay. I was like, Lieutenant?
Yeah, exactly. Hey, I mean, I don't think it's nobody named Lieutenant, but yeah, that was my dad's middle name, and then he dropped his last name, and so we're the three Uhurus, me, my dad, and my brother.
Cool.
That's sick.
Thank you.
You have a brother? How many
I do have a brother. He's the only one. They kind of made him for me because my mom was like, "Oh, Kiva looks lonely," and so
is that literally what happened?
She jokes about it, but she's always telling the truth when she's joking.
That's great. I did that with my cats. I was like, they'll deal with each other, and then I can be over here and do a lot less.
Yeah. Yeah, community for your
yeah,
cats.
they can keep each other company.
Yeah.
My mom was adopted and is an only child, so to her, families is kind of like playing The Sims.
Yeah.
So she just built it.
And it's just a lot of work. Like if you don't have if you're like an only child, then you're like, no, I gotta do all that. I feel like that'd be a burden. I'd be like, I don't want any of this.
Yeah. Let me have a baby and the babies can take care of each other.
Yeah.
I'm very grateful for my brother though.
Yeah.
He did stop me from being lonely. So he did his job.
Shout out Kiva's brother.
Yeah. His name's Ganana. Shout out Ganana.
I'm not going to say his fucking name. He's not on the show right now.
Oh, you're so right.
So
I just gave him free clout. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Well, Axe Dave, this is the only podcast where you can get advice for any of your issues, or maybe not an issue. Maybe you just need some advising on something you're thinking about. And we're here to give that to you. If you want to ask any questions at all, you can go ahead and send an email to axedavecomedy@gmail.com, or hop into the Axe Dave Anything chat channel on Instagram at David is Comedy. Post prompts there that you can ask anything to us at all.
Any question you want.
Any question you want. Yeah. Anything you want, we're happy to answer it. We get a lot of bullshit, which we love, but you have something a little bit more, requires a little bit more brain power.
Wow.
For lack of what? I love using a little brain power. I think that's fine, but if you have something that requires a little bit more thought, you can go ahead and send it in. Well, actually, before we get to kind of a question that somebody's already asked to lead off, Kiva, what is what advice do you think is some of the best advice you have to give people out there, or what do you think you'd be best on advising?
Ooh, okay, kind of a two-pronged one.
Mm-hmm.
So keeping it very recent to my life, do not be fucking or fuck someone on a business trip. So if you're on a business trip, keep it in your pants. And if you meet somebody on a business trip, keep it in your pants.
Why do you think that? Because they're gonna be.
Yeah.
I would think. Yeah, that's the best time.
That's what I thought too.
Right. What's the bad part?
It well, it didn't go the way we planned.
Well, what sort of business is?
Yeah.
Do they? do they like sell torture equipment to ICE or something?
No, I was the one. I was the traveling salesman. I was the one who was the problem. I was on a business trip. We sell STEM related toys. So like we sell bricks that light up and teach you how to code and shit. And I was on the business trip in San Antonio, and I may have broken up an 8-month relationship. I asked directly, "Are you single?" and received lies. And then the next day, the partner in question was arms crossed in the front row of my set that I got to have because I just got it like that whenever I'm in a new town.
So you're doing a show and
yeah, I was doing a show at the bar that I met the person who cheated at.
Yeah.
So that's my advice. Don't do that. Yeah. Unless you want to be in a situation kind of tantamount to a hostage situation where you need to de-escalate.
What'd you do from there?
Yeah.
I started hitting on her and making sure she felt special and appreciated because he clearly don't. So
because you're pansexual?
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay.
But I don't care if it's pan or bi. Like I don't really know the semantics, but that describes me for sure.
Yeah.
In this situation, it's more like bisexual.
Yeah, exactly. You're a really good ally. That's awesome.
Don't say that to him. He's not.
Okay. All right. Sure.
Some power struggles
Don't
going on.
say that to him.
I guess I'm not an ally.
I can't even say it sarcastically in my most patronizing voice.
Well, if you're being sarcastic, sure.
See, and this is the skill that I had to use. I just de-escalated y'all.
Yeah. I feel like this is not fucking somebody on a business trip is really good advice. I think general advice for everybody, if you're working with somebody, don't engage in
this is a random person at the bar.
Oh, this was just a random person at the bar.
I thought I was James Bond. And
was it the hotel bar?
No, I went maybe 40 feet away.
Okay,
so not far. Almost a hotel bar.
I literally crossed the street, and I thought I was James Bond.
Because I feel like the person, like if you live in the town, right,
Mm-hmm.
and you go to the hotel bar, that is your goal.
I did basically
You're going to get business trip ass.
Yeah.
Like you go to the hotel, like why else would you get, nobody goes to a bar at a hotel unless you're at the hotel.
Right, yeah.
Or you're trying to bang somebody that's like just here on business.
Yeah, it wasn't the hotel bar.
That's what I've learned from TV.
It was a nearby pub, and I was having a cigarette, and I heard really good blues music played by somebody who was dressed very poorly, and I thought to myself, this guy's gonna let me have his set. He doesn't give a fuck.
Was this my brother?
I'm so sorry. It
You were
could
in
be.
New Orleans, were you?
No, I wasn't. I kind of don't want to say where I was because I don't want to dox.
Yeah, don't blow up the spot.
No.
But
nobody listens to this right now.
Is your brother?
Yeah, we get like 50 people.
Is your brother Mexican and Syrian with green eyes?
No.
Okay.
He's Greek and Irish and has green eyes.
Oh shit. Well,
Does he look less white than you do?
is he single?
No, he looks more white than I do.
Okay.
Where is he at?
He's in New Orleans.
Okay. All right.
What's the thing about Greek people? They're white.
They're white.
They're white. They look white.
But it's like right on the line of like people from Turkey, you would call them white.
You in Turkey? Yeah,
They're right next to each other. The people look exactly the same.
It depends on how they look. Like sometimes there's people who are.
It's an ever shifting bar, dude.
There's people in Turkey who are black Turkey is a nation. It's not a fucking race. All right? Greece is a nation. It's not a race. There's white Greeks. There's black Greeks. I'm sure there's like a Middle Eastern.
I don't think I saw one black person the entire time I was in Greece.
In Greece? Whatever.
But like, didn't Western civilization like start there? Like that is the West in question.
Yeah, Rome.
Greece was west of China, so they were like, those are the West ones, and we're the middle. yeah. I don't know, man. Like the standards of what's considered white, it feels like there's a best practices update that gets let out every 5 years.
Yeah, I feel like it actually, when things are more racist, I feel like they shift more. There's like all these actors from the 50s and 60s that were like half black and just went, like, they were like, I'm white, and just told everybody they were. And now everybody would be like, that's a black guy. But back then people were just like, had some veil, like, I guess he's white.
Yeah, there was also a level of
really Italian.
There was a level of decorum where, like, if you were sexy and successful, people would try to maybe make excuses, and it would be like saying, like, if someone was gay, oh, he's a friend of Dorothy. It's like everything's hush hush. It's like, okay, everyone knows, but that guy is successful and making money. So same thing. They would be like, you're Italian. Of course you're Italian. He's Sicilian.
Yeah.
I've gotten that in the year of our Lord, 2015, where some racists took a liking to me and they said, from now on, just say you're Italian. And I was like, I don't want to join. Unsubscribe. Yeah.
Mamma mia.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I said, Echo Bravo, what the fuck? Whiskey, turkey, foxtrot.
Oh God. Well, I mean, since I've known you, I whenever I looked at you, I was like, I'm curious what your ethnic background.
I have that effect on people. Yeah.
Because
I feel like you're bad at it. We had the other episode, you were like, is Cardi B black? And I was like, what are you? Of course she is. But I went in with it because of course she is.
Depends on your definition of black, I guess.
I
don't know. I feel like I get, again, I get my black card revoked quite often, but I was just at a tech conference, so I was black due to lack of applicants. So that was awesome. That felt really good. Like, black ladies in their church hats that were 50 years old were like, yes, sister, represent, love the hair, girl. And that's how you know.
It's great. Well, you know, Ray, the best thing that I've ever heard described is race is a social construct. Does not exist. But it does have very real world applications. Yeah. For instance, you could be in America and people look at you and they'll be like, that's a black person. But then you might go over to South America and you'll be like, this bitch is Cuban as fuck.
So in South America, you can be a different race from your sibling because it really is just how you look and like paper bag rules and shit like that.
Yeah.
Racists would say phenotype. Using their fucking language, but that's what they base it on, and that's because they didn't go through the one drop of blood rule. So in the United States, we have it codified into law that if you're even a little bit black, because Homer Plessy was stacking cash and tried to. Do you know about this?
No.
Okay, so Homer Plessy was an octoroon with ginger hair. Like, he basically looked like Logic and Jidenna had a baby, if you know who those people are.
Yeah.
And he had a train company, and he wanted to desegregate his train cars because he noticed that there were a lot more empty seats when people couldn't share cars. So it'd be crowded in one, and he was like, we should just sell out the whole train. And so he staged kind of his own protest in his own train and sat in the white section, even though he's legally colored.
And he owned the train.
Because he was octoroon. Yeah. And he took it to court on purpose himself, being like, see, nothing bad happened. We should change the law. Right. And then they were like, what the fuck? And they made the law even more clear. Yeah. And that if you have even one drop of blood, you are colored. It doesn't matter
I feel
if you
don't. That's gonna fucking fuck people later down the road. When this
fascist
dictatorship
it did.
over there. One drop.
No, literally. I mean, That's basically what they're doing. Like, yeah. They're like, if you look like you're not supposed to be from here, it doesn't matter where you were born or whatever.
Which is I was thinking about that the other day with like all this ICE shit. Like, they're undocumented immigrants, right?
Yeah.
So what documentation does ICE have in the first place to find them and catch them?
What they look like.
Well,
exactly.
They're just looking at them and being like, I think that guy.
Yeah. Literally.
Literally, yeah. Yeah.
I think that guy. Show me your papers.
Oh, it's that simple.
And really are your papers.
The other crazy thing is
papers, please.
Literally.
Feels like that's what we're living in now.
The other crazy thing is like your ID isn't like tattooed on you. So like if someone just catches you or tells you, hey, empty your pockets, suddenly you are undocumented.
Yeah.
Like they don't have to listen. Like
my ID.
Yeah, they don't.
People think I'm Mexican randomly. I could just
Travis. Travis, I have to tell you, you look so white.
There's white Mexicans.
You've been on this podcast where people have asked me if I'm white.
Play the clip so you can find it. I'm editing the episode.
You are really serving Polish really hard, in my opinion.
Polish.
Yeah, you're giving former Yugoslavian state bassist in a really cool alt band.
You're serving funky white.
Yeah,
Funky white, huh?
Yeah. I really feel like you could pickle a mean herring, and it's something I would love to experience. I'm into that.
All right. Well, we do have to move on. We have a lot of juicy stuff to get to for
So true,
the episode. What did you say?
I said so true, bestie.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
I love that so much. People keep calling me Unk online, and I don't like that.
You shouldn't like it. You shouldn't like it. It's
I am
not
turning
cool.
30 in
you're
less
in 30 seconds.
less than a
Do you feel like you're more of an Unk or more of a YN?
You're gonna let him say that?
It's giving in my heart I feel like an Unk. I feel like I don't know if I look like a YN. I might just look like an N. I think I might just look like an N. I want to feel like I'm and I don't want to be a YN. I do want to be a Y and I do want to be an N, but I don't want to be a Y.
I feel like you're advocating for there being like an unmarked category between young and old, and that category is just normal.
Yeah.
And ends?
Yeah. Normal nurses. Normal neighbors.
Yeah. Whatever. We might talk about this more. We have a lot to get to. We're going to go into our next segment, unsolicited advice, right now.
Okay.
All right, and we're back. Jumping into our unsolicited advice section. This is advice that we didn't have the chance to give advice on because it literally just happened. So we're going to give it now because, honey, hindsight, that shit 2020. For real.
Why are you being an Unk? You don't have to do this to yourself.
I am an uncle. I am an actual uncle.
That's not what I mean.
Shut up.
Okay.
Shut up. All right. Tyler Perry.
Uncle behavior.
Tyler Perry's being accused of sexual assault and sued for $260 million.
When I first heard about this, I thought it was Tyler the Creator. And I got really sad and confused.
I always thought like Tyler Perry is a creator of lots of things, right?
Correct.
Do you think he was real pissed off the first time he heard Tyler the Creator's name? Like, why didn't I think of that?
It sounds like he was.
I'm Tyler. I created Big. No, he didn't make Big Mama.
He made Big. He made Big Mama.
Lawrence.
Oh wait, no, yeah.
It sounds like he was more mad that he was not currently molesting him. So, judging by what's going on.
Oh,
all right. U.S. film and TV. This is from an article from the BBC. U.S. film and TV giant Tyler Perry has been sued for $260 million by an actor who had accused the mogul of sexually assaulting him while working on his TV shows. Derek Dixon has filed a lawsuit in Los Angeles accusing Perry of using his influence in the entertainment industry to create a coercive, sexually exploitative dynamic while he was acting on The Oval and The Ruthless. He alleges Perry promised him a successful acting career, but then subjected him to escalating sexual harassment, assault, and battery, and professional retaliation when he didn't reciprocate Perry's unwanted advances. Perry's lawyer denied the allegations and called the lawsuit a scam to make money, but we have the receipts. He provided the receipts that they have right here. It's actually completely bonkers. So.
Do you want to read the Tyler Perry part?
Yeah, so I'll read the Tyler Perry part. This first you can't see it in the
audio
on the podcast.
Yeah, you can't see it in the audio, but here we have. So in this first receipt that we have, it's Tyler Perry sent this man a picture of himself with next to a jet ski.
Yeah,
in his just with the life.
He's got a life vest on and a regular bathing suit.
All right, go. Okay, so you be.
So I'm the guy that just got sent this photo by Tyler Perry. Nice picture. Yeah, the water does look calm.
Nice picture.
Great, amazing, awesome picture. That was all in caps with exclamation points.
You don't see the stud in that picture, in that nice picture. Rude.
With scare quotes.
Terrible. This next one, you can read this part.
I can call you later or tomorrow sometime.
You have a really fresh voice and take on things. I don't know where this is going, but I laughed the entire time. I could see the world and the characters. My exclusivity ends in 30 days. I want to take losing it out to Amazon, Netflix, and blah, blah, blah. But I also want to try to get you with the right people to help make these shows work. They are not for my audience, but we need to find a home for this stuff. I don't want to miss another creek. You know that Eugene bought that to me first, but I didn't get it. I don't really see what
Schitt's
that's.
Creek.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I think Losing It is the name of this guy's show who's getting harassed.
Yeah.
So he's like, I want to take Losing It out to Amazon.
Yeah.
So that should have been in caps.
Yeah.
So he's basically saying, hey, you're a genius, and what
I like your show, I'm gonna make it.
Yeah, what geniuses do is suck my dick. So
this is also bullshit too, because Tyler Perry owns a giant studio and production company.
Yeah.
If he wanted to make something, he could just make it and then sell
and then talk to other distributors. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
He sent this other message where he's saying, he sent a text message that says, "I didn't have any contact. What are you talking about?" Or this is the third slide, not the one after this one. I don't know exactly what they're talking about in that first. I don't know the context of this conversation, but he is saying I didn't have any contact. What are you talking about? I haven't been touched in months.
Oh my god. I love that this is direct from the Shade Room.
And the guy's like, "Oh, you mean touching? I thought you meant being around people." And then the guy's like, "Jacob."
The guy meaning Tyler Perry. Oh my god.
You read Tyler Perry again.
Okay.
We just had a heaping dose of it, and now it's back to nothing. I don't know what they're talking about. It's really weird.
I didn't have any contact. What are you talking about? I haven't been touched in months.
Oh, you mean touching? I thought you meant just being around people.
Jacob.
I love that you only say that when I'm being stupid, lol. I guess the Jacob's dumbass version of me.
This guy, he's like, you know what I want to cook? Derek.
Spaghetti cake?
I'm so drunk talking shit.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
What's it going to take for you to have guiltless sex? Have y'all found that yet in therapy? Yes, it's the exact same kind of car.
What? Geo Metro? What? I love that there's two conversations happening at the same time in this thread. Giving up my religious guilt, becoming a Buddhist. That's so cool where you came from.
Oh Oh my
Unfortunately, Derek, I have friends who are in their 50s and 60s who are still dealing with that, and it's so sad. You can have freedom from religious guilt and still believe in. Okay, then it cuts off.
I think he's just trying to get him over banging a dude, right?
Yeah, whatever. Well, it has been an open secret in Hollywood for years that Tyler Perry is a fucking gay man. So much so that there's a Boondocks episode made about him, and he literally made efforts to get the show pulled and the episode pulled and removed. So
yeah, they were like, this is Boondocks' impression of Tyler Perry. I likes you and I want you. We could do this the easy way or the hard way. No, that was a different guy. That was the Booty Warrior. But in light of recent events,
yeah,
it's also Tyler Perry.
Oh my god. My thing is with Tyler.
The text though, or these all the? Did he do something physical, or can you get $260 million for texts?
I think the texts are just the evidence that this definitely was
a thing.
Yeah, and also like an unwanted
so he's
thing.
Saying there was a physical.
Yeah,
thing.
I think he's saying like, just so that this isn't all hearsay. Here's some evidence of this man pursuing me and me being like, whoa, calm down. And yeah, I'm sure there's other evidence of like gifts, and then of course the retaliation. So yeah, you can actually get sued quite a bit if
they're bringing your business and your livelihood into it.
Oh, completely.
Dixon said he met Perry in 2019 at a work event for Tyler Perry Studios in Atlanta, and the pair talked over several months about an acting career. The lawsuit states Perry also allegedly made numerous sexual comments and remarks about wanting a sexual relationship, and made several advances on Dixon, which he rejected. Perry offered Dixon a role in his show Ruthless, then later in The Oval, but the lawsuit said Mr. Perry made it clear to Dixon that Dixon ignored Perry or failed to engage with the sexual innuendos. Dixon's characters would die in the next season.
Oh.
So you ran him off the show after he said, I'm not gonna fuck you.
That's crazy.
I don't know.
Who are we giving advice to? I'm sorry, I'm new.
Yeah, who are we? This is a good question. Who are we giving advice to here? Because I'm not sure.
I'm gonna give advice to Tyler Perry.
Yeah, don't do that shit.
I'm gonna say, don't do that shit.
Yeah.
Dude, what are you doing?
Because it seems pretty borderline. It doesn't Tyler Perry didn't grab this guy's dick or something.
We don't know that though.
Well, he just said he's not accusing him of it, right?
Yeah, I feel like it's just like egregious sexual harassment, which is not assault, from what I know. Maybe I'm wrong. It doesn't feel
like this guy is at once ever really shutting him down. And all these text messages we're reading, we're like, oh yeah, ha ha ha. There isn't one where he's like, stop trying to fuck me.
Well, this guy, I'm reading in this article I'm reading, it says the lawsuit cites several incidents where Perry allegedly sexually assaulted Dixon.
Okay.
Yeah.
The actor accuses Perry of interrogating him over his sexual interest in a trailer on set of The Oval before pinning him to a wall and fondling him.
Okay. So then, yeah.
All right,
that is straight up sexual assault.
Yeah.
So that's, yeah.
But I would even say with what we have here, like...
It's fucked up. The, pulling your characters, dangling the show carrot in front of you is fucked up, but technically not, something you could go to court with.
I don't think that a person who is in charge of someone, especially when there's that big of a power differential, should need it to be that solid of a no, because that takes a lot of, gumption, essentially. I think that if you're not getting the enthusiastic yes, and your employee essentially bringing you the waiver to sign, because there's ways to date your employee, but there's so many legal.
His employee here too. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's fucked up. Yeah, I thought he was some guy he knew, and he's like, yeah, maybe I'll pitch your show.
Oh no, this is he was like, oh, I'm in charge of you, and I essentially have selected you because I wanted to fuck you the whole time. And the other guy is thinking, Derek / Jacob, which I don't know why he calls him Jacob when he's being dumb. That's also weird. But it sounds like he thought that he has a job now, and a normal job, where Tyler Perry is like, no, your job is actually to be my boyfriend.
Okay. Yeah,
and I wasn't clear. Yeah. So it's all fucked.
Let's say, because
Because I've had kind of the it's like I remember I was going on a couple dates with this girl like when we were writing for or right after we were writing for Mr. Beast or whatever, and she kept bugging me to like send her stuff to him, and I kept being like no, and then she kept asking if I went on like 2 dates with her or something.
Yeah,
and I didn't lead her on. But she kept asking, and I kept being like, nah, kind of casually or whatever.
Wait, you did lead her on, or you
No,
didn't?
I didn't.
Okay.
That's why I'm like, what's Tyler Perry? That's close.
Wait, but was she trying to fuck Mr. Beast? Because then that would make it the same.
I think
but
maybe in the long run, that was maybe her goal.
So yeah, you basically you saw someone who was clout chasing, and they had one weapon at their disposal.
Clout chasing, and I was like, okay, here's the clout or whatever.
Well, sounds like you actually did not deliver the clout.
No, I never offered to. No.
No, yeah, that's fine. Somebody trying and failing to fuck their way to the top is fine. Like, there's actually literally nothing illegal about that. And there's nothing legally that says you have to actually give them the clout.
Because that's a gray area, right?
I mean...
If they're your employee, no. That's fucked up.
But, like... I mean, in a situation where literally it is initiated by the person who has less power, like, that's not illegal. And then there's also legal things that you could do to protect everyone involved. But, like, so for instance, if you genuinely fall in love on set and it just so happens that that's the actor and that's the producer, like, it's obviously has happened, and people sign things and make sure that everything's above board. And then you even have a meeting with everyone saying, hey, guys, like, we know that Janet started off as just a PA, but now we are in a committed relationship. And so, like, just kind of
HR paperwork.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Like, what kind of, like, watch what you say about either of us in front of each other, essentially. Like, just a moment of saying, like, hey, we're kind of, like, personally tied together now, and we're being upfront about that. Those are all the steps you do when you're being above board. When you're not being above board, it's like, okay, work. Oh, he's in the bathroom right now. I should text him that I'll fire him if he doesn't suck my dick. Yes, like that's like, like you can see how it's so opposite. Like, like there.
Because there's a part of me that's like, have you ever told somebody that was hot that does something creative that sucks that it's good?
Hey, yo.
You meet somebody that's like shitty at music, but they're real hot, and you're like, it's so good.
Holy fuck, dude. How you doing, Dave?
Not well. Not well at all.
You haven't done that?
Hell no.
You haven't done that?
I mean, that has been my nightmare, that people are doing that to me.
Yeah?
Yeah. My nightmare is that I suck, but for some reason I'm more sexually attractive than I am talented, which is also a nightmare because that means that I'm really bad at what I do. But
no,
that's my nightmare.
Would you
though.
Tell them it sucked though.
Well, that's all. If they're I'd be like, no, I don't think. If a person's like super attracted to me and they do something that I think is genuinely shitty, I'd be like,
no, not that they do something that they think they like wrote a song and it's really
that's
bad.
what I'm saying. They like wrote a song that's like really shitty. I'd be like, this really is not for me. But I want you to keep making stuff.
Exactly. Oh, you got the playbook. I've literally said that exact thing. Like, I've been like, I don't want to shut you down. Like, I'm not trying to be rude, but like, this ain't it. Like, this is not one of the ways that we are going to connect. Yeah. So, and that's okay. Like, keep working on your craft, like support and love. But no,
just
I'm not gonna.
Popping, bro.
Exactly. Like,
I'd be a worse person if I lied to your fucking face.
Well, that's what he's literally. That's why I started screaming. I was like sirens went off, and I was like, have you heard of the term sex pest? Because that's in the community. What we call y'all.
I'm just thinking I'm just not going to be mean to this. I don't want to be mean to this person I'm attracted to.
Yeah. It sounds like you were you're grifting for pussy. And like, you could either admit that and stand on business, or we could step outside. But
I mean, is it?
Do you want to stand on business? on your pussy grift?
I feel like if you're soliciting, if you're going out there and being like, show me that, and ooh, it's so good. Like him being like, I know Eugene Levy. We could pitch this to Amazon. That's fucked up. But me just being like, ooh, it's good.
And so you're describing a situation where she pursued you, and then It's totally naturally evolved to the sexual portion. And now that you've already been having sex.
Before that.
Like as your lawyer, shut the fuck up. Like, seriously?
Not another word.
You're like, this thing is good, but it's bad.
I'm about to blow this mic out.
Yeah, you're lying. You're a big fat liar.
You're using subterfuge. You are using subterfuge to obtain ill-gotten gains on your groin.
Doing.
I guess so.
Can I hit your vape though?
This is where we're learning. This is where we're learning. Maybe Tyler Perry should listen to this podcast.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the advice for sure.
Take a hint.
Yes, 100%. Well, these people don't want to take a hint. They want to conquer. Like, they all think that they're Genghis Khan, but like kind of he was the only one, dude. Like,
Maybe Tyler Perry thought he was doing a blown out version of that.
Yeah, I think so.
All right, well, Tyler, come out, be gay.
Just be gay.
Just be gay.
God.
Like, you don't have to hire people that you want to fuck. You can just put yourself out there and get on Grindr.
Be a gay guy.
Like,
and you're
gay.
like a super rich, famous guy.
What do you have
Tyler
to fucking
Perry.
lose, dude?
Yeah,
like, what is the deal?
It's him. It's John Travolta. It's Kevin Spacey. Like, come on now.
John
like,
Travolta's gay?
Yeah.
Oh, honey, yes.
Yeah.
Very much so.
Very.
And he does this shit, or at least got in trouble a couple times.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
For doing this same thing?
Yes, where they want...
It's the closeted gays that mean shit.
They want essentially a prostitute, but then they get bored of prostitutes, so they want to turn someone into a prostitute. And, 911? Like, I don't know what to say.
Yeah. There's no way to feel fucking fulfilled by that. I don't know. It's like crazy. It's insane to think that you have all this money. You really don't have to work for the rest of your life, and you're still engaging in this.
I also want to say I have nothing against sex workers. I feel like that came off really crass. I was trying to get in the mind of an evil man.
I was trying to be a sex worker for a little bit.
There's nothing wrong with that. I wish I could.
What did you interview and they didn't hire you?
Yeah, they were like, you're too pure.
A lot of people are into that. If you want to shed your unk, if you want to shed your unk status, you already know what to do. Take the plunge.
Get ready to see Dave in a little bit more skin on the page. So
you did post the video of you in your underwear.
Yeah, I'm like, hey, sex sells. I don't want people to follow the page just so they can see my naked body. I want people to follow because they want to act, they like comedy, and they also might get a boner whenever they watch me. So whatever.
And they're listening to this podcast. They don't know that we're all just sitting here naked.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. We're all on our jimmies.
They promised me a show. They promised me.
Yeah, we really like your ideas, Kiva. We think it's just like Schitt's Creek. You know,
He told me I was really good. He couldn't look me in the eye.
When we add video to this podcast, just gonna be on OnlyFans, bruh.
I actually think that my next move is to do a video podcast on Pornhub and just have it be normal.
Yeah.
Maybe we'd be naked, but we'd be tastefully naked and eating wings. And then we sell bathwater, and it's that simple.
Eating wings naked is funny. It's just like wiping it.
Yeah, exactly. If you
no napkins.
If it falls, if you get a little barbecue sauce on your titties, you know.
Ow.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no. That would be a really funny offshoot of Hot Ones. It's like don't touch
Call
anything.
it the hot seat.
Yeah.
It's 8 different hot sauces on a chair, and you sit in it with no underwear.
I think because I'm an asshole, I would call it herpes simulator.
Oh my God. All right. Well, this took up a lot of time. We don't have much time left, so I think we might have to skip the rest of the unsolicited advice.
Sorry, guys.
That we have. No, it's great. But let's move on to our solicited advice. Hey, welcome back to Axe Day. We're here with our solicited advice portion. This is questions that come straight from the internet.
People ask these.
People ask these.
Tyler Perry didn't ask for our advice. We gave it to him.
Yeah.
People need advice. But they haven't found Dave yet.
Yo, Perry, if you need some advice, hit us up, baby. Maybe if you need some advice on where to get dick you don't hire.
That part.
So we got some questions here. Let's get straight into it. This first one is: girlfriend is completely oblivious. Is this normal?
Yes.
I mean, to what?
We'll see. About 6 dates in, my girlfriend was sitting in my kitchen, right in front of a big strip of torn up drywall. I was rewiring our under cabinet lighting. She didn't even mention it until I pointed it out, which shocked me. Now, 2 years later, she still misses obvious things. She's house sitting her parents' place, and the lawn grew over a foot high with weeds. I went over, mowed it, pressure washed the deck, made it look brand new. She never noticed. Thought it had looked that way for weeks, even though she'd been out there watering the garden. There's more, like stepping over crumbs, not flushing the toilet, leaving lights on. She's bright, university grad, good with money, but completely oblivious to what's right in front of her. Is this normal, or is something actually wrong?
He doesn't deserve the neurodivergent shorty that he bagged.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Just understand she's got change blindness and she can't see the forest for the trees.
Yeah.
But I feel like there's a bent here where he feels underappreciated, but it sounds like she literally does not notice.
Yeah.
Not like she's like, oh, you should just, like, she's entitled. It's like she just doesn't.
I just don't see it. I have the same thing with me and my girl. I just don't see things. She's like, there's dirt all over this cabinet. I'm like, I just didn't notice. Just let me know. I'll clean it.
Yeah, didn't register. Yeah.
Initially, that reads as, I see the dirt and I don't give a fuck about the dirt. Right?
I'm sure that's what people think.
Or is that what's happening with you?
I think that's what's that's what I'm being perceived as. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What is the experience though? Do you see the dirt and don't give a fuck, or do you just not notice it at all?
I just not notice it or care. I wouldn't care. You know,
like it doesn't look dirty to you. It doesn't look wrong. Like nothing.
Yeah.
The weeds in the yard get too tall, and then eventually I might be like, "Oh, that's ridiculous," and do something about it.
Mm-hmm.
My roommate pointed out to me that I leave the cabinets open a lot after.
They used to call me the Sixth Sense in school because I did that shit all the time. I'm not even joking. That's a real fun fact from my life.
The Sixth Sense?
Yes.
That's so creative. I have faith in the youth again.
No, those the teachers.
Oh, the teachers?
Yeah, they were jumping in to bully me hard. Yeah.
Not being bullied by the teachers.
Yeah.
It sounds a little like...
Had to keep me down somehow.
Dude is mowing the lawn and power washing the deck at her parents' house that she's house sitting.
Yeah.
It sounds like he's a little bit of a busybody.
And there were 2 years in between incidents.
Yeah.
So break up with her or fucking get over it.
Just get over it, bro.
Yeah.
If you're a guy that wants to power wash somebody's deck in your spare time without them asking you to do it, you know, maybe you're just the guy that picks up the crumbs on the floor sometimes.
This is the kind of person who can benefit from love languages, sex dice, and a chore wheel. Like, straight up. Like, all the millennial Band-Aids for pre-couples therapy, I think, would have completely solved these problems. It's like, you need to grow up and learn how to ask for the type of validation you're clearly seeking, and she needs a visual reminder of what her responsibilities are.
Also,
and
you know, I feel like for me, too, when I feel like I'm the lady in this situation, like, if he just stopped doing some of those things to, like... let her know, you know, like, I'm going to stop picking up the crumbs. I'm going to stop closing the cabinets when you leave them open. And now you'll see all the things that you're not thinking about.
That does go into the passive-aggressive category, though, you know?
Yeah.
And, like, if
That's
she
usually
truly...
my function here of figuring out the worst solution.
sorry to do that. I was like, nice try, but that's illegal.
I was actually watching Loveline last night, an old episode. You know Loveline?
What was that?
It was a 90s MTV show with Dr. Drew and Adam Carolla where people call in with sex advice questions and Dr. Drew would give them the, like, I'm a doctor answer. Mm-hmm. And Adam Carolla would be like, I don't know, poop's funny.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh no, am I Adam Carolla?
That's cool.
You wanted to be Dr. Drew, but you've been Adam Carolla the whole time.
That's awesome. I don't know. I think this is a solvable problem on the part of the boyfriend, which is either leave because these are non-negotiables, or you need to be more upfront about how you're feeling. Like,
I'm leaning that way because you know what it does sound like he's somebody that I don't want to say care, because I think that can like lead us
cares about different stuff.
Gives a good word to describe this. He notices these things a bit more than she does. She doesn't think too much about, like, you know, the weeds growing over the top, or I think in the original before, because we shortened this question down for the podcast, but when he gave that specific example about him like working on this house, he mentioned that she didn't notice all of the fucking work that he was working on, like that the house was completely disheveled and had like wiring going all the way through it, until he was like, hey, did you notice that I'm literally doing construction on my house? And she literally looked around and was like, oh my God, you're actually, oh yeah, what are you doing? Mm-hmm. Like, and that's something that points to, like, it's clearly something that she's not intentionally ignoring like her surroundings. She just doesn't notice it or think about it.
Maybe his dick's so good that she's just like lost.
Oh, see, you gotta do those little mindset changes. Yeah. Exactly.
Dick so good, make my girl dumb.
Yeah, exactly. Literally. Yeah.
Every time she's just like, what?
Yeah. A win's a win. Yeah. A win's a win. Count your blessings. Count your blessings. Straight up.
But it is, I think what you say is because it comes to a point where there's like, I personally think you really can't force a change in another person. Yeah. And you're going to have to either accept the way that they are and make adjustments on your own, or accept that the way they are and accept the way they are, make changes on your end, or see that the way the person operates doesn't work for you, and maybe you have to have a conversation about separating.
And the thing this guy could think about too is relationships are about reciprocity and yin and yang. If somebody's messy and the other person cleans up more, maybe that's a dynamic that kind of works if you guys understand it and, you know, take care of each other in the right ways, you know?
Yeah. I believe in that.
You do this thing more, I'll do this other thing more or something, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes one person is the anchor and the other person is the boat. And it's just how it works.
Yeah. So, you know, is it normal? Nothing's normal.
Yeah, I like that.
Nothing's normal in this world. And all you can really do is look at what's in front of you, see what is working for you or what's not working for you, and then proceed to make changes on your end. And hopefully if you have an issue with another person that's making you feel bad,
he's fumbling a manic pixie dream girl. Like, if she was a man, that's Sherlock Holmes.
I bet she's so fucking hot, dude.
Yeah. Like, stop fumbling. Like, you have a choice to fumble or not at this moment.
The fuck? You didn't notice that I mowed the lawn? Why do you give a fuck?
Yeah.
Also, mow the lawn points, motherfucker. Here's a fucking sticker.
Also, maybe she hates her parents. Like, the stuff that he's doing, going above and beyond, like, I might even be mad.
If
like,
I was house sitting for my parents, I would not mow their lawn.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why I'm like, you're coming over mowing the lawn, power washing? Nobody's asking you to do that, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
Based on what you said, girl, I don't think she knows she hates her parents.
Yeah, exactly. Hey,
I have parents?
yeah.
Parents?
What?
She's in her own world. You are blessed to be a part of it.
All right, well, take that and let us know if that was helpful. Okay, let's move on to our next one. I met my boss on Tinder. Help.
Oh God, it's the Tyler Perry shit again.
It's another one we shortened, but I'll read the abridged version here. So I'm 29. I met my 35-year-old boss on Tinder about 6 months ago. We texted for a bit, then he hired me at his small business. There's just the two of us working there. 2 weeks in, we kissed at work and kept making out, but nothing more. I invited him over a few times, but he always had excuses, so I stopped asking. A few weeks ago, he told me he hooked up with somebody else, which really bothered me, so I pulled back. The problem is he still flirts with me and stands really close to me, and I can't always resist. I like the attention, but I want him to respect me, and I don't want to lose my job. How do I set boundaries without ruining my position?
Huh.
You're already in an awful
Yeah,
place.
I was gonna say, what do you mean it's just the two of you working there? Like, yeah. I get that that's like a setup, but like, you fucked this from the start, sadly. Also, why did it bother you? Do you want to be in a committed relationship with your boss who you just met? Like, firstly, chill out. Like, you guys fooled around kinda a little bit. And if him hooking up with someone else and he told you, I mean, I don't know, redefine respect for a second.
Because it doesn't, I don't think they actually, they met on Tinder, but they didn't go on a date or anything. They texted, and then he's like, you want a job?
Yeah, you're making this boss think that he's in a harem anime, and you don't have to do that.
They gave a little bit more context. They said, we haven't had sex, we're just kissing, and it's a very small business. Think of it as a deli or a small convenience store in which there's only two people while working, him and me, which is still like, why would you even kiss the motherfucker?
Yeah, like once you went on Tinder and turned it into LinkedIn, it should have stayed LinkedIn.
Yeah.
Like, but they did both. So just stop, honestly. But if she's saying, I can't always resist, that's the part where I'm like, so you're attracted to this person, you have fun, but you just want to lock it down. And to that I say, cry more. Like, you will experience this over and over again, where someone who is hot and fun and cool doesn't want to be tied down. And that is a moment to look internally and say, I need to just like suck it up. Like, you can join the party and feed this guy's ego and get some good dick out of it, apparently, that you're withholding right now. Or you can say, yeah, this is just not my vibe, and then like actually like remove yourself. Start looking for another job or get ready to be poly.
Look for another job if you really can't hold yourself back from. I love that advice, because it's like, if you really can't hold yourself back from fucking the only other employee of this business,
oh man, dude,
it's one thing to shit where you sleep when you're working in the company. It's another thing to shit where you sleep when when you're literally 50% of the company. I was gonna say,
like, there's another thing to shit where other people eat. Like, I don't want to go to this deli. Like,
don't make my sandwich.
Yeah, exactly. Not the roast beef salami express.
You walk in and there's just two people making out. That's it. Like,
excuse me, my t-shirt has cum on it.
No, yeah, dude. Hey, guys. No, this is the wrong kind of meat. It's the wrong kind of sausage.
Have either of you ever like engaged in like a workplace sexual dynamic where you're like, or you're working with somebody and you decide like, okay, let's like start fucking.
Yeah. It always at the end. Always at the end, like, so I used to work for a summer camp that was on the like a college campus. And so as summer would come to a close, with two different individuals, I was like, I've been really feeling a vibe. We're about to be not on this college campus and kind of go our separate ways. And let's see how it goes. And one was when I was like 17. One was when I was 18. Also, I should have silenced my phone. So I was also kind of coming at it as like, this is where I'm spending most of my time and I don't have a car, you know?
Yeah.
Like I was already coming at it from a deficit.
Yeah.
There's cool things about dating through work, which is you get to see how they are, you get to see how reliable they are, build a rapport under, you know, kind of neutral circumstances. And then there's always a supply closet somewhere. Those are the perks of dating at work. But I would say in general, it's not to be advised at all.
Yeah, you got to hang out with this person then.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And it's a bad vibe for everyone else, you know? Even when it's going well.
Even when there are no other employees.
Yeah. Think of the customer. Think of the cold cuts. Think of the Capicola.
Maybe it's my own upbringing. I didn't grow up in a very open. My family was lovely. We weren't open about like very intimate stuff, you know, like sex or relationships and stuff. So even now, it's this day whenever I see somebody like fucking like people being like cuddly with each other, cuddly with each other, or just like loving on each other. That's just something I haven't been exposed to openly.
Yeah.
And it makes me feel a little bit uncomfortable, but I wanted to not feel that way.
I know what you mean.
That vibe when I'm gonna go eat a sandwich.
Yeah.
I struggle with repulsion by other people's PDA as well.
Yeah.
And I've had to like unpack that. And it'll sometimes come out in my relationships where like they'll think that certain levels of PDA are totally fine because they've seen it and they've seen it in their parents or whatever. And like I'll kind of be a little cold and they'll think that something's wrong. Or I'll find the exact opposite of me and meet like a total exhibitionist, and then I'll feel challenged. And then now I'm suddenly like, I'm completely out of my comfort zone. Like, I don't want to get felt up at the fucking mall. Like, what are you talking about? So yeah, no, I relate to that. Like, without having a good model, like within your family of what like public, you know, intimacy can look like, or just being, cuddly, affectionate, it can be confusing.
So she wants to set boundaries without ruining her position. So she wants to tell her boss.
She has crossed the boundary and she's in a position of ruin already.
The advice is get a fucking new job. As soon as you can.
Look for a new job. Because you can't. Setting boundaries sounds like, okay, we're going to make out sometimes.
Yeah, exactly.
And maybe hand stuff.
Yeah.
And you're not going to tell me about your dates or something.
And I feel like even if she tried to have this conversation, it was like, you can't stand within 5 feet of me, lest I devour thee. Like, girl, your mere scent drives me wild.
My God.
Ravish me on the cold cuts.
If you want to fucking continue dating this person, hey, I get it. You vibe with somebody. It's hard to meet somebody you like. I don't want you to give that up. You can't keep working at this fucking job. Look for a new job. That's the advice.
Yeah.
You can't do that.
She's kind of in a fan fiction, though.
Deli fan fiction.
Quan Mills, I fucked on the cold cuts.
Yeah.
This bitch be fucking on the cold cuts. Okay, let's move over to our last solicited advice for the day. Do you send this to me? This was actually pretty short, so I can just read it.
Yeah.
My boyfriend cries during sex, and it's confusing me a lot.
All right, let's get into it. I sent this one. Okay, I'm sorry.
So during intercourse, my boyfriend and just to be honest, this lady is 20.
I saw how she posted it, and I was like, "You really haven't been on Reddit like that," because she didn't do it right. She didn't put the age after every single pronoun. But continue.
Okay. So during intercourse, my boyfriend of
her boyfriend is 20.
She's 20. Her boyfriend is 24.
That's
24. Yeah.
Okay. Here we go. So during intercourse, my boyfriend cries during sex. Like, not a small cry or whimper. It's full on sobbing really bad. It terrifies me, actually, and this has only happened during sex. He's a pretty happy man and super kind, so when he sobs during sex, it turns me off because I feel like he's hurting or something really bad is happening. I have a very sensitive heart, so hearing anyone cry immediately makes me worry and makes my heart ache. He doesn't want to talk about it after we've done it, and any advice on what this is even, or how I can get him to talk about this?
Can you check if she clarifies at what stage of intercourse he begins?
She doesn't. That's he read the whole
Yeah, that's the whole thing.
It cannot be from like first penetration. Like it cannot be instant sobbing from like what is going on?
That is like kind of crazy.
Yeah, I mean, there's really no advice to give her. There's only advice to give him, which is like, please go to therapy. Because like, yeah, if he doesn't want to talk about it with her, that's fine. You know, he could be really going through it. But he's now subjecting her to something that I think she's going to have a complex about.
Yeah. Full on sobbing, yeah. I don't know. Some people react weird. Some people did come.
Are you trying to say it's not? So you're saying that he starts sobbing like during climax?
Yeah, I mean that's what I would think. In the middle of it is even more terrifying.
Yeah, that's so uncomfortable.
Yeah.
On top, that's yeah.
I don't know. So I did a quick search.
I feel like I would say I don't know how you're in the situation where you get to posting this on Reddit. I would feel like she says I'm a very sensitive person. It's like everybody feels bad when they see somebody cry.
Yeah.
I don't think you're that sensitive because you didn't say why are you crying.
Yeah.
So wait, what did she say again? I forgot. They don't talk about it because why? Because he doesn't want to, right?
No, I don't think she's just.
It says he doesn't want to talk about it.
Oh yeah.
He doesn't want to talk about it. After he doesn't want to talk about it, and that's the crux of this issue right here. I think the easy crux for you who wrote it is you don't want to fuck somebody who starts bawling like the second after you ball so hard. And you're like while you're fucking, it's like
hard while bawling.
Oh, you don't like it when you're fucking somebody and they're like crying their eyes out?
Ball so hard, motherfuckers start crying.
Yeah. That shit cray.
That shit is cray. So this doesn't, I think you very well know that, you know, somebody crying while you're having sex doesn't work for you.
Yeah.
And this person doesn't want to talk about it or the reason behind that in any way. You have a very clear choice, which is saying, hey, I don't want to have sex with you anymore until you resolve whatever this issue is that causes you to cry. Maybe you just cry during sex and you've analyzed that and that's just the thing you do and you can communicate. I'd feel less weird because clearly she'd feel less weird if she knew that, oh, this is just a thing that he does while
like
he's
if he
having
was like,
sex.
I'm having a great time actually, like these are tears of joy.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like
he's like, I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah, that's not.
That makes me feel so much more uncomfortable.
Literally heebie-jeebies, like Jeffrey Dahmer is in the room.
What if they're having sex on like a rough driveway and he skins his knees while he's doing it?
So that it can make sense? Are you trying to invent a scenario
what if
where
she's not realizing, that was on a driveway and he skinned his knees, so he was like, and then after
every
she's
time,
like, why'd you cry? He's like, I don't want to talk about it.
Every time. Every single time.
You don't want to talk about this thing that happens to literally everybody? Yeah. Somebody.
All the other guys that I fucked were crying, so. So, stop complaining.
Yeah.
No, if I was her, I would say no sex until a very thorough discussion and like a therapy appointment is on your calendar.
I don't know why you'd want to keep fucking if it makes you cry every time.
Well, that's the part that's confusing is like, I need to know when the crying starts because I'm imagining that it starts sexy and like I am building this like visual, movie in my head and that it is toward the point of climax that he starts to cry, but that everything is sexy and normal up till that point. Yeah.
Otherwise, how else could it get going, right?
Yeah.
Because first I picture like him being like, all right, you're not going to cry this time. You're not going to cry this time. Just
Yeah.
Every thrust becomes more of a song.
No, that's terrifying. I'm
hate that so much.
Have you guys experienced anything like this?
No.
Okay. Just me?
You've experienced this is happening to you?
No, not exactly. So like I was once the crier, but it was because something was wrong. So like that, and I feel like that's a different situation. Yeah. And like I did want to talk about it. Yeah. And so like I get what it's like to be either feeling like, you know, those emotions only come out and get heightened when the intimacy is happening. Cause like I could be, you know, quote unquote normal. And then when it would go there, it's like, okay, wait, now I'm crying about this thing that I want to talk about, that I know I should talk to them about. And then the other thing was, one time I fucked on a beanbag and the guy shed a single tear. And I thought that was the corniest shit I ever saw.
It was the beanbag.
It was the beanbag. No, it wasn't me. It was the beanbag. Yeah, it wasn't me. But yeah, he tried to turn that into like, no, it was a tear of joy. And like, yeah, I get it. It's weird. It's weird to talk about what's going on. That I was like 18 or 19, and so I was like, ew, why are we talking about this? But it's better to do that than have it just be this weird question mark hanging in the balance.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah. It's a very intense thing. If you like the person a lot, you want to help them work through this, then hey, you're welcome to do that. With that being said,
that's something you don't want to talk about, though.
If he doesn't want to talk about it, I'd say, hey, you need to focus on like what you need, and
it's over.
This, it's like, hey, I want to be here for you, but you've got to work through this and come back to me once you've got a more clear answer on it, because I'm not trying to fuck somebody and have their like drink their salty tears.
Yeah, it's just not a partnership at that point. Like if he doesn't want to discuss this thing that is clearly important and affects you and affects both of you to this level, that's not a partnership. Like I would literally change his name in my phone to Guy Who Cries. And I would, whenever I wanted to have Guy Who Cries sex,
I change it to fucking Crybaby.
Oh, well, that sounds mean.
He's not gonna know it.
Well, yeah, exactly. He's been demoted.
Yeah.
What if she's, she could flip it and just start, laughing.
Oh my God! What in the Midsummer? Like what in the Ari Aster? Oh, that's a nightmare. What in the Joker and Harley Quinn?
If you're listening to this in 2070, you can go back and watch all these movies.
Yeah, exactly. Sorry, my bad.
No.
Yeah, well,
this podcast will exist for 50 years.
Yeah. Shout out Buzzsprout. We're gonna be around for a while. Hey, good luck out there. That's the end of our solicited advice portion, and now we're gonna go on to your user submitted question. All right, be right back. All right, y'all, welcome back to Axe Day. We're gonna go ahead and get to your listener questions. As always, if you have something you're going through or you want to ask us, we can answer it. Just go ahead and send an email to axdavecomedy@gmail.com or hop into the chat channel. Typically maybe Thursday or Friday, even Saturday too. And I'll post a prompt up that you can ask whatever question you want, and we'll get to it.
But Dave will also interact with you there every day.
Every day, I'm gonna try to do it. So a lot of times I'll post up like a question and I won't really get to it for a couple of days just because I'm working and I'm like fucking tired of this shit from like work. But
yeah, they can't talk to you there though. That's the thing. Yeah,
they can reply to like my like messages or in like in the shit, which is like cool. So we'll look into that a bit more. But for now. I'll try to interact. I'm gonna try to interact a bit more. Always happy to talk to y'all, especially the ones that are listening every day. But yeah, go ahead and send email in. Hop into the chat channel. You can ask anything there. And I think right now we're actually gonna start with a question that somebody emailed in because we really don't get that many emails.
Yeah, it's a big
anymore.
We
were getting emails prior, but not at the moment. But. This person's name is Marketing Porpoises. Who said a friend of his sent him the video where I gave them a reminder about dolphins being gay. And they said, as a porpoise, I am often grouped into the category of being a dolphin. I'm not denying that I'm a gay, however. I'm not denying that I'm gay. However, I just want to, like to know what your thoughts are on the porpoise. And if you want to know what my thoughts on porpoises are, honey, I didn't know porpoises were a thing because I always thought they were dolphins. Call me specious.
Beluga porpoise.
Beluga porpoise, is that a thing?
Beluga's a porpoise, yeah.
A beluga whale is a porpoise.
Yeah.
Kiva, do you have any thoughts on porpoises?
I just think this porpoise wants you. And
Yeah.
I don't really have any advice other than try harder.
I think that's a pickup line, and it's real clumsy.
Yeah. It's like, I already know I'm gay, but like, do you want to know I'm gay? Like,
Wait,
Yeah.
I'm a dolphin. I'm not saying I'm not gay, but what do you think about dolphins?
Yeah.
Huh? Like me,
Well,
I'm a dolphin. What do you think?
Porpoises.
Porpoises.
Sorry to say, if that's the case, sorry to say, honey, I'm into thick male humans.
This guy only fucks with rich princes. No porpoises.
No porpoises for me.
And here I was going to be like, you finally found your porpoise.
Your life's porpoise.
Your life's porpoise.
Nigga, I got my rich purpose.
Yeah, exactly.
I pronounced that wrong.
Your rich purse. Your rich
my
piss.
Rich purpose.
Rich piss?
My
Because
rich piss.
The poor in porpoise is the part that needs to get changed, bro. Like,
I'm not trying to drink some poor people's piss.
yeah.
Not me.
How dare you say we piss on the
Anytime.
poor?
They're dehydrated from me overworking them.
I hope that was helpful. And if it wasn't, you can ask again next week. We're like AI. It doesn't get it right the first time. You have to like type in a bunch of prompts until you get whatever the fuck you want. Especially for something.
We're like AI, but we're just I.
Yeah, we're just the I part of that.
Would you even say N?
We're super smart.
Did you even say NI?
Oh.
Natural intelligence? See, you thought. You
Yeah.
thought the N was something else.
National. Yeah, I did think it was. And I'm still operating on my original assumption.
Natural intelligence. I'm gonna kill myself.
Intelligence.
Yeah, intelligent UI.
Oh my god.
This is my user.
The Man from U.N.C.L.E. is already a spy movie.
It
So
Oh yeah.
yeah, it's a spy movie.
Oh, all right. Great. Okay, this person, John F. Kenny, and that's spelled with an EY. Yeah, no, not Kennedy. Kenny.
John F. Kenny.
John F. Kenny. They just typed balls.
But you got to say it like it. Balls.
Balls?
Yeah, you're right.
Like you're Kennedy. Balls.
Yeah,
I'm
that's true.
I don't remember how John F. Kennedy spoke. Is that how?
I mean, none of us were alive when he was.
How do you know that then?
The videos.
You've seen
Impressions
videos
of
of
him and
him?
videos and stuff. Mostly impressions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You rag on me because I can't do impressions. It's at a point where I don't give a fuck. I can't. I don't. Yeah,
I love
I
that
sound like
for
me
you.
all
Give me
the
a
time.
Tyler Perry impression.
He just sounds like a regular guy. Just sounds like a regular guy just talking. I don't really
no
get,
defining features.
I get like a gay accent. I'd have to watch some videos of Tyler Perry for a while. But I can't. I don't know if I can just give it out. Honestly, maybe I'll come back next week and I'll give you like a Tyler Perry impression. I'll be like, "Hey, it's me, Tyler. Hey, it's me, Tyler Perry.
Tyler the Perry?
Yeah, Tyler the Perry.
I like Tyler the
Hey, it's
Perry.
me, Tyler the Perry."
Yeah.
So this is fucking X Dave. This was from Smalls Fire. Is mayonnaise an instrument?
Oh my god, dude.
Oh. I think
Not the
depending on how
fucking
you play it.
SpongeBob. Fucking.
Is it a SpongeBob thing?
That's a SpongeBob reference.
Oh.
Is it?
Yes.
They
Yes.
play mayonnaise as an instrument in SpongeBob?
Patrick asks that exact question. he says, because they're doing they're about to do like the Super Bowl halftime show of Bikini Bottom, and Patrick is like, is mayonnaise an instrument? And to this person, whatever your name is,
Smalls Fire.
Because I
hey,
feel like
hey, Smalls Fire, hey, buckle up, buddy. Here's my fucking advice for you.
Yeah.
Newsflash, idiot. Grow the fuck up.
Nice.
I would think because that's right. If it is SpongeBob, right?
Yeah.
I think in our surface world, mayonnaise is an instrument because you can hear the air coming in and
What
out
is
of
this?
it. If you like put a
is this?
thing in a mayonnaise and like when you're trying to get something out of it with like a spoon, it goes like, makes a sound like that.
Mayonnaise could be an instrument,
but
sure.
not underwater because there's
you
no
can't
air
hear it.
getting in it to make the sound.
Oh my
I hear like
god.
a little bump.
A little.
Sound travels better in water.
But
Water is
the
a-
sound that's made in the mayonnaise is like the air being pulled in and out of like the mayo.
Oh, so you specifically want the fart sound only.
I feel like that's
you
the
wouldn't
sound.
you wouldn't want the dulcet tones of underwater mayonnaise just sounding like boom.
Yeah.
You're not cool with that? All right.
You want to know something?
What?
I found out how sound works like a lot, like not that long ago.
Oh,
if you
thank
asked
God.
me before like a year ago, I would have said I literally can't tell you how sound works.
Thank God I'm here now.
Yeah. But last year.
I still don't totally get how like headphones just vibrate in a way where it sounds like you when I have them on right now.
Yeah.
I still don't get that.
Yeah.
Well, this it kind of it's just like the record. I'm not.
it
We
is
do
just
it
like
like
the
a,
record,
a different way, but basically, whenever the vibration is made from your voice, that thing's recorded and instantly transmitted to and able to replicate itself in your headphones.
The waveform is the information needed for a device to move air enough to sound like you. Because when you speak, you move air that much.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a physical process. And then when they digitized it, they take some of the that's why people who are really into like sound are like, oh, analog is better because it's
got all the audio.
Yeah, it's got the exact waveform. The digital waveform is just a bunch of really small lines stacked next to each other.
We're recording in an AIFF.
Yeah.
There we go. There we go.
Yeah. I don't know what that means.
Well,
Dude,
it
do
gets
some,
compressed down to an MP3 when it goes to Spotify.
Do some Fourier series and get back to me.
Okay.
Yeah. Do some reps in my world.
This one is from friend of the show, Tuatrana. Is twerking just missionary seen from the back?
Is working?
Is twerking just missionary seen from the back?
Yes.
If
What?
you're doing missionary, right?
What is missionary?
What is missionary?
On your back.
It's the sex where you can look into each other's eyes.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's like on the back
You
leg
know,
spread.
Why they
You
call
know?
it that?
Because that's what priests used to do to everybody.
Yeah. Wow.
God needs us to look in the eyes while we do it.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, it is missionary because of missionaries with the Bible. But
I think it's called missionary because they have the most boring sex.
Oh yeah.
That would be my guess. Missionary is just straight up regular banging. I don't know.
I would
don't
say
know.
doggy style seems a little more common in the animal world, though. So I wouldn't be surprised if that one's more natural. And we've been kept down and silenced by these colonial powers.
That's
Exactly.
right. That's right.
With their Bibles.
That's Big Whitey.
With their fucking on their back mentality.
I don't know. I'm not an expert.
All right, got Deacon Frost from Blade. Like, how do I motivate myself to do my chores?
Find something you're addicted to and make sure you can only have it after you do your chores. It's that simple.
Yeah, what do you like? Just like, "Ooh, I gotta use this thing every day, and I can only use it after I do my chores now.
Some people are addicted to sex and they do their chores so that someone can come over and deliver the sex.
Yeah.
Those people kind of have it figured out. I'm not gonna lie. I hate them. I can't be around them.
It's a classic like pizza delivery person, right? Isn't that like the classic trope of that?
I guess, but who's cleaning their house to fuck the pizza guy? Like,
all right, fine. I clean my house. I'm gonna order a pizza.
Yeah.
Totally naked when he gets here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shit. That's sexual. That's on some Tyler Perry shit. Like,
that's something Tyler.
I wonder how many pizzas you have to order in a day to make that right.
What do you mean?
To get there, like if you really want to fuck the pizza delivery guy and you just want to like answer the door naked, first pizza guy is like, nah. Then you guys got to kind of keep ordering. The pizza guy opens the door and there's like 20 pizzas stacked up and you're like, what's up?
The pizza guy, while he's driving over there, he's like, I've smelled pizza for the last 3 miles.
I would say just tip really well. Just tip really well the first time. Either in the app or when he gets there.
You're like, hun, I don't want this pizza, but I'll give you $1,000 to give me missionary right now.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Pretty much. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I want the Italian sausage, the Greek sausage, the whatever you got sausage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great. Well,
Great.
Take that with you. You don't. Well, maybe whatever you. I don't know. Whatever. Reward yourself. That's like the classic. That's like a classic mind trick. You want to do something to reward yourself
with that thing you're addicted to.
Yeah.
Reward. I'm always like, why don't I just reward myself instead of doing my chores?
No, yeah, that's where the critical failure.
I feel good about thinking about doing well.
Yes.
That's enough for me.
No, that's real. You gotta make sure that you can't have it until the chore is done.
I can't do my chores unless I feel good.
I've heard that one before.
Yeah.
Damn. I low-key dated you, but in a different body. That's wild. And they told me I was so good at my art. Isn't that crazy?
Oh my God.
Isn't that crazy?
All right, we have one last question. This is from let's see here. Oh, it's actually two. Okay. This is from Connor.page69. Unk Dave. Hate it. How do you break up with a girl?
Oh. I mean, is there really a difference between breaking up with a guy and breaking up with a girl? I mean,
no.
Not really.
No, literally no. You're both terrified of doing it.
Yeah, I feel
depending on
like
how much the person sucks.
Well, in my experience, it's not different between breaking up with a guy and breaking up with a girl. Like it's just it's hard. Yeah. Like, but
how easy it is depends on how.
The best way to break up with someone is to go to some sort of neutral location where there's a lot of cameras and just say, hey, it ain't working out. I'm going to need my stuff back. Here's your stuff back. I'm sorry if you're blindsided, but this is happening. And anything that they say after that, you're just like, yeah, I get that, but I'm just not feeling it anymore. So this is happening. And then call backup if they act crazy. Or if you need somebody to make sure you don't fuck them, like that girl and her boss. Just make sure you have your entourage with you as the proceedings unfold. But
this seems like
I'd rather get a fucking text.
I'm saying this for somebody that's like in deep.
Yeah.
I would guess this person, like, if you don't know how to break up with somebody, they're probably young.
Yeah.
Right? And they've never broken up with somebody.
Yeah.
So it's like, you just got to bite. You just want to, if you want. I like that they're being responsible because I feel like, yeah, like you said, like either a text or just, I'm just going to ghost you and post an Instagram story where I'm with some other lady.
Yeah, that's
whatever.
Yeah.
I feel like that's what younger people are doing before they're trying to develop these skills.
Yeah.
They're trying to learn this, you know? I think
a
lot
of cheating experience starts as lack of breakup experience.
What do you think the thing is you say, right? What do you think? Do you think you give a specific reason?
Well, there's a specific. Everybody has.
I think you just develop a complex over any specific reason.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like the reasons don't always matter. I mean, I'm terrible at breaking up with people, so I'm glad that you were like, I would rather just receive a text because I'm not.
Just give me the text.
Yeah.
So there's nothing to. I know I hate conflict, but if somebody wants to break up, and I feel like assuming that I realize things aren't going well from my end for any variety of reasons, I would.
You're not. I'm guessing that you're not in that deep yet, buddy. You can just cut it
Yeah,
off. Like
that's
if you guys
different.
aren't living together,
Yeah,
like,
you're not living together. You're not.
You can just be like,
you haven't been at each other's Christmas and shit. Yeah. No,
you
that's
just
different.
be like, it's cool. We don't need to chill anymore. I'm sorry.
Like if there's somebody who I've been kind of semi-casually dating, hoping for more, and then I realize they don't. It's not it.
Yeah. Because this isn't like a fear of a big change in your life. This is just a fear of being mean to somebody.
Yeah.
Right?
Maybe the question, now that I'm thinking about it a bit more and less callously.
Congratulations. I like that. Welcome.
If you feel like you want to break up with this person, you got to talk about it. It's like, I think you should maybe change the question from how do I break up my girlfriend to how do I talk about why I talk about
I'm not happy with.
Why I'm not what I'm not happy with.
Yeah.
And what do we do from here?
That is actually a classic. So, oh man, I'm a piece of shit. I've never been broken up with. I've always done the breaking up, or we just weren't dating from the start. So that person just kind of like did whatever they wanted. And so sometimes.
How'd you do the first one?
Yeah, how did you do your first breakup?
Buddy. You couldn't get that information out of me with some fucking jumper cables. No, I'll tell you. No, my parents had to step in.
Oh, okay.
Oh my
damn.
Yeah, it was that bad. But yeah. It was getting to the point where, so it was, my first boyfriend, I'm in high school. He was weird. Like, he had a whole photo album of stuff that he would break when he was angry. He made a lot. He was like...
So he'd break something, take a picture of it, then be like, that's nice, and put it in a book?
Facebook.
Oh, Facebook.
Facebook.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Look at this thing.
Dude, he was a senior. I was a freshman.
I broke when I'm angry is the name of the...
Yes.
Yeah.
He was a brony. He was a Boy Scout. Like,
Whoa.
I was not well.
Yeah.
There were many signs, but I thought, me being a young nerd, I thought that is essentially a form of prejudice to judge him based off of these clear indications of his character.
He didn't cry every time he had sex, right?
Yeah.
No, not at all. No, in fact, he would laugh maniacally and flames would appear behind him. Anyways, so yeah, he was a senior, I was a freshman, and the other senior girls would come up to me and be like, thank you so much. Like, we thought that, like, if he didn't get a girlfriend, he was gonna, like, do something. And and I was like, what do you mean? And she was like, like Columbine. They were all like, thank you for taking one for the team.
Oh my God.
For our community.
As you're saying that, like, is that a thing where we can just identify these troubled people and be like, here's a fake girlfriend till you graduate?
Yo, I was... I was
government subsidized girlfriend program.
They made me be the Van Helsing for incels against my fucking will. Against my will.
Incelsing.
Yes, I was incelsing. I was Van Incelsing. Yeah, dude, I had the garlic on me. I had the wound
real,
that never heals.
Yeah.
No, you saved thousands of lives.
A couple hundred.
Hundred,
Just my high school. It got weird. It got worse. He started kind of like stalking me and showing up at my work and stuff, and like got really mad when I had any other friends, like not even just like thinking that I was cheating, just like you're getting your mind twisted by your little friend. Like he was the
Getting your mind twisted by your little friend.
Yes, like he was the cartoon character version of like an abusive boyfriend. And because I mean, again, like if you couldn't tell that he was probably on the spectrum, totally. But he was really into trains, and he had a handlebar mustache, and he wore a top hat at train conventions. So he was the fucking tie you to the train tracks
villain,
fucking villain. And I didn't know this until like 8 months in, because at the beginning he was just that cute guy in robotics class.
But
he
had a mustache. He had a handlebar mustache in high school.
He looked 30. He looked like you, dude. Like he was 210, built, beer gut, mustache. Sorry, not that you have a beer gut, but I'm just giving you the image of this 18-year-old. Like to the point where if anybody hears this, they know who I'm talking about.
Did you fail senior year?
Well, he was 17 when it started.
Yeah, nobody in high school forgets the top hat, handlebar, mustache, train loving.
Well, he would only do that at the train conventions, which which his parents would fund him to go to. But whatever. So how did we break up? Eventually I got scared, and I wasn't supposed to be dating him in the first place. And his parents, even though they knew that my parents were not cool with us like being around each other like that, would drive me around and like take me like on the dates with him, like just be our chauffeur. And then one time they took us to like a family event, and his uncle kind of like put a hand on his shoulder and said, "Hey, you need to lock that one down." And he was like, yeah. And I was like, "Oh, okay."
What?
Okay,
so my Snidley Whiplash looking motherfucking nephew isn't gonna get anybody else. You gotta do this, buddy.
Yeah, knock her up. Like they literally were saying, knock her up.
Oh,
like
God.
It was wild. It was like a Trump rally.
That's
yeah, and I was Hillary, but you change a couple syllables. Knock her up. So I get scared now, as I should be. And I finally just come clean to my parents, and they're like, "You fucking ghetto ass hoe," and I'm like, "Yes, yes." Handcuff me, put me somewhere else, like because I
Get
cannot
me away
be.
from this one first.
Exactly. Yeah, I came clean. I came clean / got sloppy and got caught because like I said, he came to my work. And so, like, eventually, just the entire house of cards just came collapsing down, and I did not fight it whatsoever because I was like,
"See, that's good because
this needs to end."
Engineered you set up a situation where it's like your parents can kind of be forcing, like I feel like those maybe
my dad never let me live that down. He was like,
I wouldn't. No,
he was like, he was like, you always go to pedophiles so you could call the cops on them whenever you argue. He was like, you are using the power imbalance to your advantage.
So
it was like, so whenever he does something you don't like, you're like, I'm gonna call the police.
That's great.
Oh my God.
Yeah, my parents told me, we built you to be uncoercible.
What?
Yeah.
How'd that work?
It didn't. They were like, no one can manipulate you. Like, what are you talking about that this guy is like scaring
Get
you?
in these ropes and come down to the train track.
Yeah, literally. They were like, you just love ropes, you freaky bitch. Like, you are sick in the head, and you're doing this of your own accord.
You listened to Rihanna too much, didn't you?
Whips and chains. Whips and trains excite me.
What did we do? What did we do?
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
I would say if it's not that obvious with this guy who's trying to break up.
Yeah.
Is it a guy or is it a girl who's trying to break up with
It's a
him?
man.
Somebody's trying to break up with a lady. Somebody of an unknown gender is trying to break up with a lady.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say like you did, Kiva. Like you got your parents involved that created like an external situation, right?
Yeah.
Just apply to a job in another state.
Oh shit!
Or something like that, and be like,
that's
I'm
really
moving.
funny.
We gotta break up.
That's really funny.
Yeah.
Just create a situation where you got to do it.
I'm moving to Wichita, Kansas.
Oh, Wichita.
They see you a week
Seven
later.
Nation Army gonna hold me back.
That's right. Just like that. And don't go because he'll probably. What if he goes to Wichita? Then he's just in Wichita looking for you forever.
Don't. Yeah, as long
That's
as,
actually
as long
kind
as
of
your
good,
girlfriend
though.
isn't
Yeah.
trying
It's
to
far away.
tie you down to train tracks and impregnate you against your will.
Yeah, he was like, so I opened up about the fact that I was ever spanked, and he was like, if you ever hit our children. And I was like, our children? What?
Oh my God.
14. He's like, if you, like, because he was like, that runs in the family, and like, you must think that getting hit is okay, and you're going to do it to your kids. And he was like, if you ever hit our children, I will put them quietly to bed and make sure that they are safely asleep. And I will take you to the backyard and beat you within an inch of your life if you ever lay a hand on our children.
Oh my God!
And I was,
and he's like,
and I was,
that's what I expect. That's what I think is okay.
Exactly. Yeah,
and that's what I think is okay. Okay,
because children are people. Children are people.
If that happened to you, you're gonna do it to our kid, and this is what I'm gonna do.
and this is good what I'm doing.
Yeah,
Oh
you are the baby producing appliance, and children are people.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was like, I'm missing Naruto right now. Like I'm pretty sure there's another episode of Naruto right now. Yeah.
Oh God, hearing you talk reminds me of how wonderful I am. Glad I never dated anybody in high school.
Yeah, no, that was the last high schooler I ever dated. Yeah, I mean, go me. But no. After that, I fell in love with my history teacher, and it was pretty bad.
Oh man,
that's for next week. Yeah.
Well, take that advice with what you will. Kiva, that's the end of the show. Kiva, do you have anything you want to plug?
Yeah. If you are in Los Angeles and you like comedy and music, please come see Welcome to AA. That's our Instagram page. We will be playing in La Cienega on July 16th. So please come see us. We got 5 comedians on the docket and a full jazz fusion band.
Ooh, nice.
Love that. Where can people follow your shit?
Oh, my shit. I'm Kiva.mp3, and you can see all the stuff that I do. I do comedy and music. And so, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Travis, do you have anything you want to
Nope. Listen to this podcast.
You're going to go see a movie later.
I'm going to go see Jaws at the Hollywood Bowl with the LA Phil playing the music.
Oh, hell yeah.
It's going to be fun. Yeah.
That's cool. Everybody, let's go.
Yeah.
I also have something to plug. Again,
we're going to do a live one of these soon.
Yes.
We don't have a date yet.
We don't have a date yet.
But if you are interested in an Ask Dave live, we're going to answer your questions live. You come up, answer them. We'll ask them. We'll answer them. Let us know if you want to if you want to come to the live show. If you think we should record it and put it up as a pod, just let us know.
Yeah, if you have any thoughts or anything about this show, go ahead and let us know. Yeah, definitely going to do a live show soon. I'll post about that in our chat channel, which you can follow at David Is Comedy, or David Is Comedy on Instagram. And it'll be great. Stay tuned. We're in Los Angeles. A lot of y'all some of y'all bitches are in Antarctica.
Exactly.
I think we have one person in Antarctica randomly.
Really? I feel like that's got to be a
researcher is studying us.
If you're from Antarctica, fucking just let us know.
It's a penguin.
And yeah, we'll be back next week. And some last advice to give to y'all. Keep on. Oh, I've got another poop, hemorrhoid related one.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. If you're having really dry poops, get some more water in. If you're drinking enough water, start taking Miralax. Really great.
Olive oil. Olive oil is a really good natural laxative. You should know that, my Greek individual.
That's probably why I've got so much diarrhea.
All right. Well, we'll see you next week.